Mic check, mic check. Magandang hapon, Pilipinas. It's the 2022 Philippines Football League brought to you by Qatar Airways, coming to you from the Binyan Football Stadium. It is Stallion Laguna going up against Maharlika Manila. Manila meets Southern Luzon, so we've got a great match at hand. Stallion looking to chase the front runners in the table. Maharlika, on the other hand, their quest for their first points continues, and you are catching this on the social media pages of the Philippines Football League. Don't forget to hit that like or subscribe button. But when we take a look at the standings, we must remember that it is the league. So given that format, teams will be on that marathon to the title. Stallion Laguna sit well in fourth place. A victory again for them will allow them to stay close to the front runners. Maharlika, on the other hand, they are the seventh team out of as many teams. So we've seen them progress throughout this season. That is still about a quarter, wherein we're about a quarter in. But they game after game, we continue to see how their character has been able to develop. They've been moving around players. Let's not forget that they had a coaching change midway with Coach Bibo Esteban taking charge. So it's now a matter of them getting their confidence. But let's see how this will go in this trip to Laguna. For the starters now, let's run through the list. Michael Asong is the man in goal for the home side. He is gunning for clean sheet number 3. Gabe Silva, Dong Villarreal, Matt Nieras, and Kuichi Belgira are their defenders. And when we take a look at the midfield, it will be lined up with Allen Angeles, Jorel Aristorenas, Leo Henrique, who was back into the lineup. Stallion making 2 changes from their last game that was against Mendiola on the road in Imus, Cavite. And to wrap up the tip of their spear, we got Troy Limbo, Finn McDaniel, and Juan Galiana. But we jump ship over to Maharlika Manila, the visitors. Zaldi Abraham is the man in goal for them, replacing Vinci Valdez, who has been the regular as of late. And he will be joined by the likes of Alimar Ambong. OJ Clarino will be the leader for them up front. And let's not forget, he is the man who wears their captain's armband. Benny Villaflor gets another start. Dave Basa will be essential in their defense. And carrying on, Earl Pinheiro, Usman Jeng, another defender. Boris Mudang, we expect him to line up at holding mid as of late. Michael Menzi will be there for them. One of the veterans, Gerald Factoranan, one of their goal scorers in their season so far, and Spencer Galasa are there to wrap up the starting 11. We may expect to see Maharlika line up again with that 4-4-1-1 of theirs. We normally see them play defense and pounce on the counter. Stallion Laguna, on the other hand, have been changing their attitude as of late. Sometimes we'd see them play a possession game, but when they have been going up against teams higher up in the table, we've seen them resort to their classic counter-attacking. But let's see how this will develop as we take it to the pitch for the march-in.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Let us all welcome the teams of Stallion Laguna FC and Maharlika Manila FC.
Moments away from kicking off our battle between Laguna and Manila, as we will be having the toss coin between our skippers. It's just Matt Nieras for Stallion, and we got OJ Clarino for Maharlika Manila. Two veterans who have been around the scene for some time, and they even got to suit up back in the day at the collegiate level, so it's great to see these local players. And before we start, we will be having a moment of silence as Frank Baring lost two of his newborn kids. And our thoughts and prayers are with him and his family at this difficult time. Fantastic solidarity shown between the two teams and the Philippine football community nonetheless. As teams will take to their final huddles before we kick off this match. And magandang hapon, Pilipinas. Once again, it's the 2022 Philippines Football League, and you are catching this on the league's social media pages. Coming to you from the Binyan Football Stadium, the hosts, Stallion Laguna, will be playing in the comforts of their home, facing or squaring off with Maharlika Manila. This will mark their second meeting so far in this edition of the league. Stallion with looking to stretch their winning streak to 3 wins, and the same can be said about their clean sheet run as we are off. Played quickly, right out, but it is a goal kick to Asong that was skied by Michael Menzi. And in the recent games of the visitors, we've seen them looking to mainly play the long ball. So we go through the match officials for this affair. Michael Barajas will be the man with the whistle, and he will be assisted by linesmen Ryan Flores and Hussein Mag-Usara as it is played out wide. It's returned to Maharlika. Mick John Pineda is the fourth official. Roberto Hernandez is the referee assessor, and Robin Kainglet is the match commissioner. So Stallion again gunning for their third straight victory. Maharlika seeking their first points of the season. They've had 8 defeats in as many games, but it's all down to what goes on here as they get a chance. Villaflor in the area, but Asong is there at the bottom corner to make the denial. And once again, this is Clara Manzano on call for this match. Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. Played out to the right this time. That came off Factoranan, it appears. So one lovely matchup we will be having would be Juan Galeana and Gerald Factoranan. Galeana picked up 2 assists in their game last week up against Mindiola FC. And the man at the receiving end of those assists were Finn McDaniel, who is tied with Abu C as Stallion's leading scorer. They have 3 points apiece. But no Abu C for this game as he is nursing what appears to be a quadricep injury on the leg, to be exact. But Henrique is inserted into the starting lineup for this game along with Troy Limbo as he played that through, trying to go for Koichi. But Ambong changed up that run. So we look at their last match, or in comparison, 2 changes from Stallion, 3 for Maharlika. So the changes to the starting 11 for Maharlika Manila, we have Zaldi Abraham, Alimar Ambong, and Gerald Factoranan. That's the changes. Basa played that forward, was trying to find Clarinho, but Nieras delayed their play. So to be resumed by Factoranan. Factoranan, one of the team's 3 goal scorers in this campaign. Silva. Push that to Koichi. Limbo. Playing in an attacking position, we often see him as one of their center mids. Aristorenas. Villarreal. With Villarreal back into their lineup, we've seen Matt Nieras shift to the right back position. Something which is more of his natural playing position, we could say. But nonetheless, he doesn't mind playing either at the back. Enrique has a man on him. Villarreal. As Boris applying some pressure for them. Now it's out in the further end. Just about 4 minutes into this game. Stallion looking to dictate the play. Enrique trying to work his way in. Angeles try to send that forward. So we apologize for that. No action missed. Just a free kick set up. This. Some players may be out of position, but they may get a chance to organize. Maharlika looking to pounce on the counter. It's one back by Limbo. Still working his way in. With the back line to beat. It will be essential, of course, to support their center back who hails from the USA. Angeles, Gata from Galeana takes the shot, but denied again by the keeper. But a chance to rebound, but it looks like the flag is up against Stallion. And according to the linesman, that was offside, so play will be resumed in the goalkeeper box of Maharlika. Abraham. Basa. Basa, on the other hand, is their cornerstone in the defense. So it will be up to him and Usman Jeng to lift up or give that stability to Maharlika Manila. To add to that, of course, you have Boris Mudang, their holding midfielder. Mudang originally a center back, but we've seen him shift to that slightly more advanced position. Basa got a touch to that. Nieras put Gira to Angeles. Now with Koichi on the overlap. Some space to operate. Limbo, but was beaten to it by Usman Jeng. But Jeng finds himself in a tight spot. Villaflor, looks like he tried to backheel that. Still under dispute. It was slid out by Pinheiro to the wing. And it goes back to the home side. 8 minutes in, about 2 shots for Stallion. Maharlika being as pesky as ever. Koichi. He has that knack too for finding the back of the net in set pieces. I believe that is what impressed Stallion. And he made the move to the squad in 2019. Factoranan. Pushes that forward. Dong Villarreal got a touch to that. Niera sent that to Henrique. Trying to break down that defense, but McDaniel was marked well by the veteran David Basa. Basa, let us not forget, is one of the members of the Miracle in Hanoi Filipinascals that just triggered that spark or rebirth of Philippine football. Nieras and Galian exchange touches. Now with Henrique. Connects with McDaniel. We normally see McDaniel out on the wing, but with Abu C rested due to injury, it will be up to him as finished at the tip of the spear. Cross it in. Henrique takes that, but it was off a defender. Clarinho. But some space now. Galasa trying to storm down the left up against Villarreal. And the whistle is against the latter. And it will be a chance for the visitors. And when we take a look at the coaches for the two squads, this coach Richard Labley again as Coach Ernie Nieres is unavailable with personal matters again. Coach B-Boy Esteban is the man in charge for Maharlika. Again, it was a coaching change that saw him get inserted. He's had coaching stints with the University of Santo Tomas and Mapua. As Factoranan and Menzi step up to the plate. And it's whipped in. But easily into the hands of Asong, a routine save. Asong, if I recall, made his debut for Stallion against Maharlika, but that game was played at the Rizal Memorial Stadium. Stallion won that 2-1. It was an early goal from Maharlika that got them going, but they weren't able to contain the team in pink. Mudang, Villarreal made it difficult for him as the ball ping-pongs around. That came off of Galasa, and it returns to the home side. And then notable absence from Stallion to add to the ever-reliable Abu C is Yannick Tuason. It is about his second game out as he is nursing a plantar fasciitis injury. Tuason also did not play in their road game against Mendiola. And the high press now, Abraham played it out wide. But it's won by Angeles. Will they capitalize after winning the ball in an advanced position? That came off of Boris Henrique, send it out. Galeana Trujillo to chase versus Factoranan, and it is corner number 1 of the game as Juan Galeana appears to be shaken up after that collision. And whose side are you on? Paki-comment na lang po. Maharlika Manila, ang ating visitors, o Stallion Laguna, ang home side. As Juan Galeana still appears to be shaken up. And from what we are hearing, Galeana appears to be bleeding. He is holding on to his face. So we hear that Rafa Nogueda may be warming up for Stallion. And it's a shame if he will not be able to continue this game, as he had a great contribution in last week's matchup against Mendiola. He had 2 assists and 1 goal. Henrique sent that in, came off of Menzi. So far, Stallion playing a man down, but they are still keen on applying pressure. But you see that tough midfield block of Maharlika that they will have to break down. Silva. We assess the recent form of these two teams. So over the last 5 games of Maharlika, they still haven't been able to pick up a win. But when you look at it, they have a pair of 1-0 losses. One is against UCFC and Cebu. Those are league leaders. They've been able to absorb that pressure. Now about being able to figure out their attacking end. To wrap up the other recent games, right before Maharlika's improved form, they fell 5-1 to Cebu, 1-0 to 6th place team Mendiola, and 4-1 to Kaya. So that's only 2 goals scored as of late, though. Villarreal. But that is a foul against him. But he is contesting that and claiming it a shoulder to shoulder. Factoran and the early cross. But Asong picks that up. That cross was overcooked. Plays it out quick. Now on the counter. Now out in the further end. Got Limbo. Trying to get past this man. Still no good. Villaflor. But Koichi made that difficult. It's collected by Gabe Silva. It's a throw-in for them. We covered the recent form of the visitors. We look at Stallions on the other hand. They are on a 2-game winning streak, or they've won back-to-back. As Enrique gets it now on the left. Looks like they changed it up. As he was initially playing in the center. Plays it back to Angeles. Angeles takes it from distance, but saved at the near post by Abraham. So Stallion again coming off back-to-back wins, but before that they had a 3-game skid. Villaflor trying to shake off Koichi. That was some fine footwork, but sadly he got called for a foul. Played through. McDaniel. Flag stays down. Abraham off his line. Denies it, but there's an open goal. Boris just got to it on time. Maharlika saved by the skin of their teeth. Usman Jeng telling them to settle down. Koichi. Played back to Aristorenas. Koichi and Aristorena's teammates for different clubs throughout their careers too. Nieras, the diagonal ball. And it stays with the home side. So just to wrap up the last 5 games of Stallion, they had a win over Mindiola and the ADT. And they had losses to UCFC, Kaya Iloilo, and Cebu. And we could point out that in their 3 losses, they scored a combined 5 goals. And Coach Richard Leble emphasized that it was a matter of tightening up on defense and getting the ball out of their defending areas quick as possible, as that's how they conceded a great number of their goals in that difficult spell. Now played out to Clarino from Menzi. Villarreal got the tackle. Saying it came off Clarino. From the looks of it, it will return to the home side. As play resumes, let's look at the goal scorers for both teams. Spencer Galaza, OJ Clarino, and Gerald Factoranan have 1 goal each for Maharlika. So they'll have to give them some confidence in search of win number 1. Well, we do see some promising signs from Maharlika throughout the season. So it will be a matter of consistency and, of course, adapting quickly to that new system that Coach B-Boy is establishing or has established for them. Silva to Koichi. He has an overlapping Troy Limbo. This time on the left. Angeles got it touched, but just went in front of the goal mouth. But Galiana keeps his possession alive. Dueling. And it looks like that is a throw-in for them. So Factoranan did well to apply pressure on Juan Galiana. And it's a great sign for Stallion fans that he will be able to continue this game. And what individual effort by Galaza to get past his defenders and drew that foul. So play will be resumed in the midfield though for Maharlika. We've seen a lot of spells wherein the Maharlika players are able to get forward using their individual skill. And we're referring to the course of the season. Add their team play and chemistry, and they can just claw their way back into the overall standings. Basa was trying to ask for options. Menzi, formerly with Kaya Iloilo, his brother Odi is still with the aforementioned squad. But when we refer to Michael Menzi, given his experience, we often see him guiding players before, during, and after games, having a chat or speaking with a great number of the guys in the squad. It's back with Menzi again. Angeles blocked that. Menzi was intended to play that long. Angeles. What a slide though from Boris. But it's still Stallion applying pressure. McDaniel gets that from Limbo. Takes it, but saved again and just cleared out by Factoranan. Great defending by Maharlika to deny a rebound. But tense moments for the visitors, as some fans were anticipating that moment. But it is a corner for Stallion. And that's about 3 corners already in this match so far. It's been all for the home side. Galiana will send that in. The header that came off of Villarreal. And we could clearly see or hear some unpleasant words from him. He got his head to it but wasn't able to control. When we look at the goal scorers of Stallion in this season. As we mentioned, Finn McDaniel and Abu C are their leaders with 3 each. And right behind them are a great number of players with 1 goal apiece. 2 players collide. Murang trying to spark a counter. It's Silva against Clarino to chase. So Silva denied the Maharlika skipper, and it goes back to Stallion. Now as it resumes from the back, when we look at the goal scorers for Stallion right behind Abu C and Finn McDaniel, we got Hamed Hajimari, Gabe Silva, Rafa Nogueda, Kainwa Bailey, Joarim Bedia, and Koichi. McDaniel started on the left and is getting back to center, but didn't connect well with Angeles. Galasa blowing by his man again. Nieras was there though, but Angeles getting into a collision with Galasa. So Stallion give up a set piece to Maharlika Manila. Maharlika getting set piece number 2 in this game. None of them corners. They've been mainly in the midfield, but this is the closest one so far in terms of distance from the goal. So about 24 minutes into this game, and Factoranan will step up to the plate. This will look more like a delivery rather than a shot on goal. And it's driven in. And Murang wasn't able to meet that. Murang clearly towering over the man on him at that time in Dong Villarreal. Villarreal with start number 2 in this season so far. Asong took that quickly. Angeles from Koichi. Sent it back. Angeles playing that long. McDaniel gets that. Headed it to Henrique. But Abraham collects that. That was quite tricky on the less with the high Maharlika backline. Basa. The visitors having to absorb some pressure. Abraham, so far so good in this game. The ball ping-pongs around. Still kept. Factoranan just had to send it to safety. Nieras and Clarino colliding. Galeana plays Aristorenas. Lobbed it. Murang got that from Jeng. And so far, Maharlika able to absorb the pressure, getting the ball out of dangerous situations. We're seeing them build that confidence that we were talking about. Jeng. Menzi. Angeles. The man on him tried to clear that, and it came off the prior. Abraham will resume with a goal kick. Now, when we look at assists so far, Factoranan has 1 in this campaign for Maharlika based on the records we have. Galeana is the leader of Stallion as Enrique gets that back. Plays it to McDaniel wide in the area. Tried to cut it back, but Basa with the block. And it's a corner to the delight of the home side's fans. And that's about 4 corner kicks already for Stallion. And it looks like we will be having an outswinger, and Galeana will make the cross. Driven in. off of Menzi. That guy's been all over the place. And it's no surprise as we were emphasizing his experience. At the cross, Abraham again. Galasa got that quickly from Abraham. And we've seen quite a shift for Maharlika. Throughout the course of the season, they've been mainly playing long, whether it be from the back or on the counter. But in this game, they've been swinging the ball from side to side. Coach B-Boy Esteban, though, did emphasize that they will look to read and adapt based on what their opponents will bring to the table rather than just establish their style of play. So adaptability is the name of the game for Maharlika. Koichi. But that's picked up by Jeng. This has to be the best spell so far for the visitors. Again, it's 2022 Philippines Football League, and you are catching this on the social media pages of the league. Pindutin nyo na lang ho ang like at subscribe button. Opo, si Claro Manzano, ang inyong commentator. Ang ating matchup ngayon ay Stallion Laguna kontra Maharlika Manila. Ang Stallion ay naka-pink at white. Play through by Limbo from McDaniel, but Abraham again off of his line. That high back line making it quite difficult for the home side. So yung Stallion nga po ulit ay naka-pink at white at naka-all black ang Maharlika. Limbo to chase, but that's always going to be a tough one. Just keeps it in. What an effort. Thought about it for a moment, but Galiana, as that ball was intercepted by Boris Mudang, as it appears that we will be having a cooling break as signaled by referee Michael Barajas. Teams will also take advantage of this opportunity to make some tactical changes right before halftime. Cooling breaks, of course, introduced officially into the game in the 2014 FIFA World Cup that was held in Brazil, a place with a similar climate as the Philippines. And just to wrap up, don't forget to give us a follow on social media, on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at WeArePFL. Yan po ang aming username. So, ano po ang inyong team? Stallion Laguna o Maharlika Manila? Paki-comment na lang ho. Pati yung mga pangalan ng mga inyong favorite players. And so far into this game, it's been mainly Stallion dictating play. Maharlika's defense absorbing pressure. And right before this cooling break, they did have a promising spell building up from the back. Stallion ranked number 4 on the table with 12 points with thanks to their 4 wins and 3 losses. Maharlika still at 0. They sit in 7th out of as many teams. Winless after 8 games. But again, it's all down to what happens here. Maharlika seeking their first points. A win today for Maharlika will get them tied for 6th place with rivals Mendiola, as Nieras will put this back into play. Galiana hit the deck, and that whistle is in his favor as he was tugged by Factoranan. And from the get-go, we immediately saw these two players sizing each other up. Galiana often their man in the right wing, and that is his exact position. Factoranan playing left back. So a handful of set pieces for Stallion as of late. Most of those have been from the right. Although in open play, we've seen a lot of deliveries on the further end. So referee Michael Barajas just sorting out his set piece. A two-man wall to beat. And Enrique will take it low. Basa sent it back immediately. Enrique sending his apologies for that. Clearly that did not go as to plan. But both teams getting their chance to reorganize. Limbo sent that to Aristorenas. Aristorenas also made his mark in the esports scene. In FIFA to be exact. It looks like he's back to concentrating on pro football. Played over the top. Charlie Limbo didn't get a great touch to that. Maharlika saying that was a handball, but nonetheless, it goes back to them. It will be a goal kick for Abraham. So 33 minutes into this game. Still a close one between the two teams. Entertaining football between the two. Silva got a touch to that, but that's a foul on him. He was dueling with OJ Clarino. OJ Clarino has now been playing up front with Coach Esteban, calling the shots. Earlier, or in their first few games of the season, he was playing as a left winger. Is Maharlika putting all of their players in the attacking half? The delivery by Factoranan, but Asong again with the routine save. And plays it quick. McDaniel gets that. The ball came off of Michael Menzi. Playing it over to Enrique. Great connection. Takes it. And that's the opener for the home side. Leo Enrique gets it for them in the 35th minute. The home side get what they've been looking for.
Goal for Stallion Laguna FC by player number 23, Leonardo Rosa Noguera.
Confirmation that opener was in the 35th minute by Leo Enrique. And that was a great connection with Finn McDaniel, who switched it up. Two players who have been very familiar with each other, playing together in their youth days as they grew up in Southern California. Enrique listed as a foreign player. McDaniel, though, is a Philippines international. As Angeles clearly got his hand to that, but he gets booked. He was trying to plead his case with Michael Barajas that there was a push, but that was his hand that initiated the contact. So Basa will resume this. They'll get to put their numbers forward. So driven down. Koichi contra Villaflor. It's now in the middle. They switched it up well to Galasa. He's got Nieras to beat Galiana with some support. Nieras with the push, but the referee says play on. That appeared to be legal contact. As we still continue, Troy Limbo now on the right, up against Basa, blowing by with his speed and footwork. Tried to play it to the center though of a Basa. Abraham collected. And played out quickly. We do not, Maharlika, have that history of playing long and testing the back line or their opposing defenders. Enrique played that back to Nieras. Tried to play limbo, but Enrique was acres back. But Basa being calm and composed as we expected. Mudang. Nieras and Galasa dueling, still kept in. And quite a sequence, both teams getting physical as that ball rattled around. But it goes back to the visitors. 8 minutes remaining before additional time. But that confirmation from fourth official Mick John Pineda will still be later on. And the table will really get a chance to be shaken up today. Simultaneously over at the PFF National Training Center in Carmona, Cavite, we have United City FC, currently ranked number 3. Squaring off with Mindiola FC 1991. Headed for Villaflor, the man from Hawaii. Maharlika did say that he is one of their first foreign signings, or one of their first players from the United States to suit up with them. Let's not forget that Maharlika have the likes of Usman Jeng and Boris Mudang and Frank Baring. Earlier, both teams showed great solidarity as we had a moment of silence as Frank Baring lost his kids recently. And as we mentioned, our thoughts and prayers are with Frank Baring and his family at this time. But back to the action. Villarreal tried to get that to Galeana, but Nieras got the second ball. Still trying to stay on that course. And that's a free kick in their favor. Nieras will put it back in. Playing it. Limbo. Did well to control. Cut it back. But denied well by Jeng. Galeana was trying to negotiate traffic. Ran into Factoranan. And that is why he is getting charged to the foul. Let's not forget, teams have 5 substitutions each in this game, but none of them have been utilized by Coach Leble and Esteban, respectively. Galeana, Factoranan is back. Playing that ball early. Trying to connect with McDaniel. Eventually secures it. But they'll play it back and try to sort it out in the midfield. Aristorenas play that to Belgira, their left back. Gabe Silva. Villarreal pushed that forward to Nieras. The early ball into the area. Abraham wasn't able to get to that. He was close to colliding with Ambong. But it looks like that will be another corner for Stallion Laguna. Corner after corner, applying pressure on Maharlika. But the home side have picked up that goal in open play. So the corner kicks for Laguna have mainly come from the right or the closer side. But this one will be on the further end. Galeana will send it off of Menzi. It's been a busy day for him. Galeana cutting in. Koichi. The cross. But Abraham with the denial. And Stallion exposed at the back. No Gabe Silva to anchor them. It's Nieras, Aristorenas, and Villarreal to form the back line. Still kept in by the visitors. Villaflor switching it up. Galasa with some space. Now looking for options. But Henrique with a slide. He got to delay the attack. Jeng. Clarino tried to backheel that. Aristorenas trying to hit the afterburners to escape. But he is clearly smothered by the likes of Villaflor. And that may have been Ambong. Villaflor now trying to make a turn. That was denied, but it got to Clarino. And they have another set piece. About 2 minutes away from additional time. Maharlika will try to spring one for sure before heading to the locker room. But time will tell if this chance will be the golden moment for them. And as this gets sorted out, don't forget to check out the UCFC and Mendiola game on YouTube. That match is being played simultaneously as that Menzi free kick was repelled. At simultaneous nga po ulit ang ating matches ngayong Sabado. Mendiola and UCFC squaring off in Carmona, Cavite at the PFF National Training Center. Taken down the line, the towering Jeng. They opted to keep their numbers back as they had that unsuccessful set piece, but they got their pieces forward. Now still with the visitors. Jeng playing Galasa. Now on the right, pero sayang yung opportunity na yun. May konting miscommunication at mishandling ng bola. So far, we've got that goal from Leo Henrique in about the 24th minute. That has spelled the difference between the two teams. As Maharlika will be getting possession back after Ambong was floored onto the pitch. And Maharlika getting another long spell of dictating play. We did see that earlier also, right before the cooling break, as we have 2 minutes of additional time as confirmed by fourth official Mick John Pineda.
Additional time, 2 minutes.
Menzi play that, but it's with Henrique. Plays that to the counter-attacking McDaniel. He has Factoranan and Menzi to beat. Now he pushed that over to Limbo. Working his way into the box. Takes it. And looks like that's just wide. Off the back post. But it looks like that ball came off a defender. So another corner kick for Stallion Laguna. As we have about a minute and change remaining until we hit the second minute of additional time. Galiana Trujillo again. Their team's leading scorer or leading assist man with 2 to his name. All of those coming in the recent game against Mendiola. As he sent that in, looks like Menzi denied that again as he continues to be all over the place. Clarino trying to keep their spell alive. Held some play, but Galiana was tracking down to make the intercept. Asong. Coach Richard Leblet telling them to organize and get back into formation as that ball failed to connect with Belgira. And this may be the last spell of possession. Let's see how Maharlika will be able to orchestrate this. Basa trying to get them forward. Plays it long. Silva put it back into the midfield. Clarino looked to settle and appeared to have that for a moment, but it's another chance now. Out wide, Pinheiro with the cross. Silva headed it. McDaniel got a touch. And that is the halftime whistle after the first 45 minutes of play. Stallion Laguna are on the scoreboard behind Leo Henrique with that strike earlier. And do make sure to stay tuned for more PFL action as we will be back after the halftime break. About to wrap up halftime right here at the Binyan Football Stadium, wherein Stallion Laguna have a 1-0 lead over visitors Maharlika Manila. And just to clarify, that goal was in the 35th minute behind Leo Henrique, connecting with Finn McDaniel for goal number 1 of the season for Leo Henrique, who is currently their hero as we speak. But as we continue and wrap up halftime, 2 changes were made for the home side. JV Calucaran and Balot Doctora stepped on as Juan Galeana and Allen Angeles were subbed off. So we've got Stallion Laguna in their pink and white kits, playing from right to left. Yung Maharlika naman po, sila ay naka-black. Calucaran got that from Henrique. Balot connects Henrique. Didn't get a great touch to that. And one thing that we could note is Stallion is now playing against the sunlight, and that could make it quite difficult. Carino trying to keep it in for them. Aristorenas put it to Balot. And it looks like Balot is now playing up front in the latter or recent stages of his career. He's been playing as a holding mid. But now it's back to a familiar role, we could say, for the veteran as he gets that ball. They're still trying to keep it, but Villaflor did well to track back. And still with him, trying to get past Calucaran, keeping it well with his footwork. Ambong, pressure by Calucaran, trying to win it in an advanced position. But that's not the case. And it resumes. And again, it's the 2022 Philippines Football League. And you are catching this on the social media pages of the PFL. Pindutin nyo na lang ho ang like at subscribe button. Silva and Henrique got their touches. Limbo doing well to track back. Just had to send it to safety. Basso will have to handle that. Don't forget to give the league a follow too on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Ang username po namin dun ay at WeArePFL. As that ball came off McDaniel, trying to put some pressure on Usman Jeng. And the implications again here, Stallion looking to chase the front runners. A win, of course, would be best. And Henrique threaded that forward, ball overcooked, but tremendous skill. A win today will elevate Stallion Laguna to 15 points. But if Maharlika do work their way out of this, they could possibly get their first 3 points off the season, and they will be tied with Mendiola, who were just a notch above them in the table. Maharlika currently in 7th place over the 17th field. As Villarreal got that to Nieras. Tried to play Balot Doctora. 2 of the most tenured players trying to connect. But it's no good for them. Abraham will be putting the ball back into play as we resume. Over on the YouTube page, though, do not forget, or on the PFL's YouTube page, we have Mendiola FC squaring off with United City. United City currently in 3rd place. Mendiola at number 6. So this could really shake up the table. Koichi got that to Henrique. Plays it to McDaniel out wide. Will he cross? Sends it in. Tried to connect with Balot. But Usman Jeng did change it up for the captain, as that goal kick will be retaken. Over at the other side, UCFC lead 1-0. And they scored their goal in the first half behind JJ Robertson. So if UCFC and Stallion get their wins today, they will remain in third and fourth place. UCFC will push their tally to 19 points. Stallion will go to 15. While Mindiola and Maharlika will remain at the bottom of the table. As that rattled off Menzi, but it's still with the visitors. Basa gets dispossessed. Just cleared out though by Abraham. Limbo sure did come close to getting a shot as he was in a dangerous area deep into their goalkeeper box. As Silva hits that back to Asong, they look to spread their opposing defense. Factoranan. Senta to Adi Menzi. Clarino on the left. Now gets it to Galasa. Dispossessed though by Nieras, who tracked down. Connects with Balot. Out wide to Finn McDaniel. Some space to operate and get into the area. Keeps it in play but dispossessed by Jeng. And Jeng is an intimidating presence. And great sportsmanship between the two. After Jeng took a fall. Finn McDaniel looking for goal number 4 to his personal account this season. He is their team's joint leading scorer alongside Abu C, who also has 3 goals. But we would have to note again, Stallion do not have Abu C as he has an injury on his quadricep, it appears. And in one of their recent games, it was Abu C who picked up 2 goals for Stallion as they snapped a 3-game losing streak. They find themselves right in the middle of the table, sitting in 4th place. Silva, Koichi, playing in a more central role now. Villarreal, Enrique, their goal scorer, who found the back of the net in the 35th minute. Tried to get it to an on-rushing JV Kalukaran. And appears that there's a foul with a potential high boot and play is stopped. We may be having a booking or a warning. As we see, that is a card on Alimar Ambong. Ambong was squaring off with JV Kalukaran, who just stormed down the left. And they have this set piece. So earlier in the first half, we did have some promising spells from Maharlika, who were trying to break down the Stallion defense. But it was mainly Stallion Laguna in the driver's seat. But still a close one here. And what a match. Beautiful football between the two teams. And we have to applaud the improvement that Maharlika have been able to make over the course of this season. And was played back to Henrique by Koichi. Koichi floats that. Silva got his head to it. McDaniel gets it and puts that in! He doubles the lead for the home side. And that is in about the 43rd minute. And we check that. That is in the 54th minute. Finn McDaniel, now the team's leading scorer with 4 goals to his name. And thanks to that, they now get themselves a cushion over their counterparts. But Maharlika clearly not out of this one. They have continuously showed great character throughout this season. They had close-fought losses against top 3 teams. And they've managed to pick up some goals, but another test for them. But what they do next is what matters the most. And just to recap our goal scorers so far in this game, Leo Henrique picked up the opener in the 35th minute for the home side in Stallion. And Finn McDaniel doubled their lead in the 54th mark. Kalukaran plays it through, and it appears that the flag is up. And that high backline has been quite a challenge for Stallion throughout this game. Menzi. He's out wide to Ambong. Got that past McDaniel, but Kalukaran was there. Koichi plays it long. Basa didn't get to it. Troy Limbo gets a touch. Seeking number 3. And it looks like that is wide. No goal for the home side. Limbo in disbelief, knowing that he's been able to work on that in the training pitch. Factoranan clears that. Maharlika working in the dangerous area. The onrushing Michael Menzi is there and plays it over to Pinheiro. Pinheiro hails from Bacolod. Has been a regular member of the youth national teams or setup of the Philippines, as we had a miscommunication between Clarino and Menzi. And playing it long now. Aristorenas was the intended recipient of Troy Limbo. Nieras intercepts that ball forward. Gets that to Balot. Balot trying to play McDaniel, but Jeng is there. Jeng connecting with Boris. Kalukaran didn't get an ideal touch. Jeng trying to keep this possession or spell alive for them. Try to cut it back, but Asong picks it up. And here comes the home side on the counter with their fans driving them on. Balot, but Enrique asking him for a run. Cuts inside, backheeled it. But Balot having to track down and recover. Connected with McDaniel. Didn't get a great touch. And now it's with Abraham, who looked to distribute. And playing that long, McDaniel, Villarreal rather, was disputing that with Ravanis, I believe. But it's Kalukaran now. Stallion showing no signs of letting go of the gas pedal. Now it's with Balot. Troy Limbo. He was inserted into this game as an attacking player in their 4-3-3. Gets past Factoranan. Cuts it back. Aristorenas. And what a denial. Some great power that Abraham had to deal with to thwart the Aristorenas shot that was well on target. And as that came off of Abraham, it is a set piece for Stallion again. As they've had about 5 set pieces already in this game throughout. Check that. Corner kicks, to be specific, as the delivery is made. That came off of Ambong, and they concede another corner kick. Over at the half line, though, you do have Warren Ravanes positioning himself, hoping to spring a counter. He's got JV Caloocaran and Nieras to deal with. The outswinger sent in. Another chance, though, that rattled around, and Abraham picked it up. So an hour already into this affair. Maharlika looking to climb out of this 2-0 hole. The next goal in this match will be the most decisive one. Should the visitors pull that off, that will get them within striking distance of the home side. Galasa connects well, but Silva was there to deny the onrushing player of Maharlika. Clarino, but it's taken from distance to test the keeper. Asong with the save. And that was taken by Pinheiro as McDaniel and Abraham to chase. And it goes straight to Balot. The home side win it in a dangerous area and cleared off to safety to deny the attack and hopefully stun the momentum of Stallion. Enrique from that Caloocaran throw-in. And Caloocaran appears, well, according to his record, say he has citizenship with the Philippines and India. He had a spell too with the Ascos development team. Caloocaran, I believe, got his first start for Stallion in that defeat of theirs to Kaya Iloilo, as Balot mishandled that and returns possession to Maharlika. And this will be put back into play by Abraham, who suited up for the likes of the UST in the collegiate level. He was also with the Philippine Air Force for some time, back in 2019 in the Philippines Football League. Short limbo. Wasn't able to keep it alive. Maharlika trying to get themselves going, but they have pressure to deal with. Actoranan, play that forward, but it's given away. Belgira gives that to Caloocaran. Gives it to McDaniel. Caloocaran on the overlap. He has options in the center and the left. Clarino gets it, but he is swarmed. Caloocaran tracks down and gets it. But Clarino refusing to wilt. And what display as Boris Budang is floored as we have a change for Maharlika. Michael Sims will be coming on as Earl Pinheiro will call it a day.
For Maharlika Manila FC, player number 22, Earl Japet Pinheiro, replaced by player number 13, Michael Sims.
So Michael Sims will be checking in, often utilized as a fullback. Menzi sends that. Not a great delivery. Yes, he could have gotten distance, but well, Basa not able to get control of that ball, and it was skied. Nieras trying to handle some pressure. Villarreal controlled out wide momentarily by Aristorenas, but the linesman said it went past the sideline. So throw into Maharlika. Now played long to the left. The Stallion defense having to track back and hopefully deny Galasa, but Galasa making it difficult for them with his individual effort. Factoran and try to connect with Sims. So we'll go back. It will go back to Stallion. Enrique. Back to Caloocaran. Balot had a man on him, but Enrique gets it. Getting through. Takes it. And that's goal number 2 for him in this affair. And he gives Stallion a 3-0 lead. And further boosting their cushion in this match.
Goal for Stallion Laguna FC by player number 23, Leonardo Rosa Noguera.
So much time with Stallion getting themselves a 3-0 lead as they will look to unload their bench and insert Rafa Nogueda, Hamed Hajemadi, and Kainua Bailey. Stepping off will be Jorel Aristorenas, Troy Limbo, and the goal scorer in Leo Henrique.
For Stallion Laguna FC.
As play will be resumed, that goal of Leo Henrique is in the 66th minute, and he has a brace. So play resumed. Noguera gets his first touch of the game. Cleared out though, but Maharlika looking to apply some pressure. Asong will have to handle this. Jen got a touch, but was trying to get Michael Sims, but they had a miscommunication. McDaniel plays Caloocaran, but a fantastic slide from Menzi. Menzi continuing to do it all for them, whether it be playmaking, tracking down, defending, denying set pieces. Hamed. But that ball is overcooked. Hajimari made his debut or played his first match for Stallion in his return, considering that he had a previous stint. It was against Maharlika. He still doesn't appear to be 100%. As Silva delayed the Clarino charge. So about 22 minutes remaining in normal time, as we will get some minutes added on as Bailey on the run. Balot trying to connect with him, but too much weight on that ball. As a result of their changes, it looks like Balot is back to his usual center mid position. But Maharlika looking to succumb a bit as they quickly lost it. Hamed received it from Balot, tried to lob it. McDaniel tried to get his head to it as Nogueda made a run. Michael Sims put the skates on Balot Doctora. Basa Trying to drive them forward. Galasa again, sent it to Basa. The exchange touches. Factoranan. Maharlika navigating traffic. But it's been tough for them in connecting from the midfield and transitioning to that final third in their hopes of bombarding Michael Asong. Hajimari. Balot. Balot's pass intercepted, but it's with Hamed. Sent that to Factoranan though. Nieras though charging off his line to apply some pressure. Factoranan, one of their goal scorers as we mentioned earlier for Maharlika in this season. Just 3 goals for them scored so far. Gerald Factoranan, one of the contributors. That's that bright spot of theirs. Hamed took it off of their Maharlika defenders and just sent out to safety by Ambong. Hamed Nogeda tried to backheel that but unable to connect with McDaniel, who appeared to be charging for it. And Abraham will look to hold up play for a bit to get Maharlika to organize and get back into their shape. Eventually plays that long off the volley kick. Caloocaran got his touch to that. Hamed up against Clarino. It's off the prior. Sims tried to backheel it himself. Gabe Silva got that, but there's a foul in favor of Maharlika. So Maharlika getting some life through these set pieces that they have been having. Now it's just a matter of converting. OJ Clarino, their lead man on the attack, will make the service. The service, and Hamed to chase. Sent it to Kainua Bailey. Bailey scored their first goal of the season. Balot got a touch. Tried to return the favor to Kainua Bailey. But great discipline from Maharlika to track back and deny the attack. Menzi. Ravan has got that to Sims. Sims tried to put it past Caloocaran but managed to recover and win it back. Coach Richard Lebla showing some great ball control as that ball rolled out of play. Skied out of play, to be exact. Sims, the diagonal ball, trying to get it for his team. Looks like he appeared to get a touch. Nieras there, though, to stop or spring any hopes of capitalizing on that. And that run at the Pierce was by Spencer Galasa, the man from Arellano, constantly chugging to give them options moving forward. As Kainua Bailey on the run. Abraham puts it out of play. Read well, of course, by the Maharlika keeper. And let's not forget, tomorrow we will have Cebu FC playing at the comforts of their home in Cebu. They will be hosting Kaya FC Iloilo. It will be a battle between the Visayas squads. Let's not forget, over at the other side at Carmona, Cavite, as Sims plays that forward, but Silva sent that back. McDaniel to Caloocaran. Noguera tried to get that. Hamed, though, was unable to recover. Looks like we had a brief collision, but no call by the referee. Jeng got that from Mudang. Odi Menzi. Or Michael Menzi, to be exact. Menzi has been such a bright spot for Maharlika throughout the course of the season, doing it all, defending, attacking, also providing leadership before and after games, as I got to personally witness, given the experience he has had, as Bensi Ray Villanueva will step on for Usman Jeng, as he calls it a day after 75 minutes of action.
Replaced by player number 28, Benzi Ray Villanueva.
So Jeng appears to be limping, and he was the center back partner along with Basso when they started this game. But Menzi, as of late, has been playing at the back in that area. Nogueda got his touch, and he's now up to chase it with Menzi with a slide, but Nogueda gets it, trying to get past his opponent, and that is goal number 4 for the home side. Rafa Nogueda ends his scoring drought. And it is in the 76th minute. Nogueda giving another spark off the bench. What an impact by the changes put on.
Player number 10, Rafa Nogueda.
Nogueda winning it and taking advantage of his height and challenging the defenders to win it and dazzle his opponents with some step overs, as he appeared to show his gratitude for that goal. And Stallion taking full advantage of that bench of theirs, as they tried to play that quickly with Bensi Villanueva charging. Clarino trying to drive them forward. Mudang crosses it. Villanueva, though, got dispossessed. Now played back. Ambong now in a central position. He was playing fullback for them when they started this affair. Sims, one of the substitutes. Got past 2. Takes it from distance but blocked. Maharlika were trying to capitalize on the rebound, as they keep their possession. They keep the spell of possession alive. Galasa played that back. Michael Menzi switching it up. Mudang, will he cross again? But Koichi is there though, as it's headed forward. Clarino, but Asong to beat, just handles it. That came close as they look to capitalize on the counter. Menzi drove that to Galasa, as these two have been bright spots for Maharlika when you look at how they've been able to contribute. 12 minutes until added time. The visitors trying to spring one to get back into this. They play it long. Villarreal and Clarino to chase. Looks like we saw some shoving. Asong off his line though. Clarino looking to take advantage, but off the mark for them. Clarino down on his knees, falling after the shot. And you can see some frustration kicking in for them. And it's been a tough trip for Maharlika to Laguna. But again, should Stallion seal the deal, they will push their points tally to 15. Maharlika will remain on the bottom of the table. Koichi put that back to Silva. And Silva did well with his feet. Hamed was floored, but Bailey out wide, cutting in. Looking to get past with his footwork. Sent in. And it was off in front of the goal mouth. Noguera cuts it back. Bailey with the shot. But Abraham recovered well before that to make the denial. Oh, what another spell, though, from Stallion. They are in their pink tops and white shorts. They are playing from right to left. Maharlika in their all black. You were catching this again on the social media pages of the Philippines Football League. And this is Clara Manzano again on call for this match. We are coming to you from the Binyan Football Stadium. And don't forget to give the PFL social media pages a like or a subscribe. Nasa Instagram, TikTok, Twitter din po kami. Ang username po dun ay @WeArePFL. Shoutout din po kay Pat Mendoza, Esperanza Armario. Noguera controlled it to find Kainua Bailey. Balot. Playing it to Hamed, who finds himself wide. He looked to get it in. Hamed trying to use his footwork, but it is well wide off the near post. So after that Hamed miss, Abraham will get this back with a goal kick. Shoutout din kay Rafa Paguara as we had a collision between Carino and Villarreal. Another one here though between Nieras and Galasa. Galasa was trying to get inside but had to deal with another set of opposing defenders. Noguera didn't get a great touch. Yielded that to Mudang. Tried to play Villanueva. Unfortunately for Maharlika, that is off. So Stallion resumed with a free kick at the half line. They look to work their way up again. Huwag natin kalimutan, mahalaga po ang goal difference dito. Siya po ay tiebreaker in case. Noguera wins that though. Or he appeared to do so for a moment, but he was hounded by the numbers of Maharlika. Mudang. Dave Basa trying to join the attacking effort too. As Hamed imposed his physical presence over Villanueva. Menzi plays that long. McDaniel out wide. He has one goal already in this game. He's currently the leading scorer. Silva joining the attack too. That leaves Nieras, the lone player, at the back as they try to play it through and connect with Balot. Out deep in the attacking third. Bailey. It's a number of step-overs. Up against Michael Sims. Bailey floats that in. McDaniel, the header, just wide. Shoutout din po syempre sa ating U17 national team currently competing sa AFC U17 Asian Cup qualifiers. Shoutout kay Patrick Valenzuela, ang coach po dun. The Philippines, when we take a look at the results, fell to Turkmenistan in Japan in commendable efforts. They also succumbed to Jordan, but will look to end the U17 Asian Cup qualifiers with a bang against Syria. And as of late, it's been fantastic to see our youth national teams as a proving ground for the youngsters in the future of Philippine football. Driven in by Menzi. A touch taken. Bailey to track back. And we are in the 85th minute as that ball is switched up. McDaniel held up play to get options. Nogeda plays it to Kowichi, trying to take that low, but that lacked some power. And we just received an update that United City FC have pushed their lead to 2 goals now, as they have a match being simultaneously played in Carmona, Cavite at the PFF National Training Center. Nasa YouTube po yung game na yun. Naka-livestream din ngayon. Ricky Sendra and JJ Robertson, the goal scorers in that game. Balot didn't get a great touch to that. So the goal kick is taken. Clarino and Galasa got their touches on that. Sims. Basa tried to thread forward. Galasa took a fall. They still keep it though. Clarino. Now on the left. Crossed it. Villanueva contra Caloocaran. And Caloocaran does enough to deny Villanueva, one of the substitutes inserted into this game for the visitors, as we have a man down for Maharlika. So about 2 minutes and change remaining in this match. We just wrap up the goal scorers in this affair. It's Leo Henrique picking up 2 goals with Finn McDaniel and Rafa Nogeda joining the party, adding 1 apiece. Henrique and Nogeda are 2 of the foreign players in the roster of Stallion. McDaniel, the other goal scorer, was born and raised in Southern California, similar to the foreign players we just mentioned, but is a Filipino citizen, as it's driven forward to Nogeda. Nogeda gets it and just denied by Abraham. Tremendous ball control for him to evade his defenders, but heroic stuff from the keeper. And it's been a busy day for Abraham. They've got this corner kick to contain. Hamed sends that, the header, but it looks like that is no good, as that not only went off, but according to Michael Barajas, there was a foul while contesting for position rather. When we just look at the table, Stallion will remain in fourth in clear hold of that position with 15 points thanks to this win that they seem close to getting. Maharlika will remain at the bottom of the table. UCFC, though, will be your league leaders as they seem poised to get their lead pushed to 19 points, or their tally to 19 points on the table, as fourth official Mick John Pineda confirms 3 minutes of additional time in this match. If you are Maharlika, though, you would love to spoil that clean sheet. And who knows if you could pull off a miracle. Caloocaran let that roll out of play. Koichi's ball forward was taken by Balot as Menzi tries to get something for them to salvage in this game. Nogeda recovers that ball. Options left and right. Gets it to the overlapping McDaniel. Abraham to beat. McDaniel from distance. Just wide off the back post. That had everyone holding onto their seats. Whether it be Maharlika or Stallion Laguna fans. But a close one for the leading scorer of Stallion Laguna. The Philippines U23 international. He suited up for the Philippines, the Southeast Asian Games, recently also in the AFF U22 Championships. Finn's sister Olivia, a member of the Filipinas, was their goalkeeper in that 1-1 draw against Costa Rica earlier today. As they also have another sister, let's not forget, in Chandler, who's recovering from an ACL tear that was picked up in the Women's Asian Cup. That was the exact tournament earlier this year that saw the Philippines clinch a ticket to the World Cup that will be played in Australia and New Zealand. As the flag is up, Nogeda, I believe, was whistled for that call, or it may have been offside. But the process continues here for Maharlika. Time clearly not on their side, but a matter of consistency can get them to reignite themselves in this league. Let's not forget that it is a long league. Teams will play each other about 4 times as Bailey gets that. Floats it over to the right to McDaniel. Sends that cross. Sims did well to deny, but Bailey still keeps their attack going. Hamed. Belgira is clearly offside. And that is the full-time whistle. It is 4-0 for the home side in Stallion Laguna. And Maharlika absorb another defeat. They managed to hold on, but the home side just managed to run stampede in the comforts of the Binyan Football Stadium. Leo Henrique gave us the opener in the 35th minute. And in the second half, Finn McDaniel put one in at the 54th. As Henrique, 12 minutes later, got a brace. And at the 76th mark, Rafa Nogeda put the cherry on top of the cake for a goal in his birthday week, making it 4-0 for Stallion, 0 for Maharlika. And you're catching this page again, catching this game again on the social media pages of the Philippines Football League, brought to you by Qatar Airways. Maraming salamat po sa inyo lahat. But let's not forget, tomorrow, we've got Cebu playing at home versus Kaya FC Iloilo in what will be the Visayas Derby. And that does it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much, and we will catch you soon.